How to take advanced observations with Go Observing. Step 1. Make sure you are logged in to the website. You can do this in the top left-hand corner of the page. Step 2. Head to the Go Observing menu. Here you will see there's a range of options, from observing galaxies to the planets and the moon. But when we scroll down the page, we'll see the next step. Step 3. Click on the Advanced Observing button. Here you'll see a range of options, good for more extended projects like GCSE astronomy. For the purpose of this video, we're going to look at how to take a 3-colour observation of a nebula or galaxy. Step 4. Select this option. This will bring you to a confirmation page, checking that this is exactly what you want to observe. If you're happy, then hit continue. The next decision you will need to make is when you would like your observations to start. You can choose dates up to 2 years in the future. For me, I'm just going to select today. The next question is, how long do you want the telescope to try and take these observations? You might think that by selecting a day, you'll force your observation to be taken tonight and get it back sooner. But this isn't how the telescope works. The telescope will constantly try and take your observation whenever all the conditions are right. It may happen tonight, but if you only choose one day, then as soon as the day is over, the telescope will stop trying. So to be safe, I'm going to ask it to try for a month. When you're happy with your selections, press continue. Step 5. You will now see a list of every object that's available in the Go Observing catalogue through the school's observatory. The list is long. To try and help you search for something specific, there's a box at the top. So I'm going to just look for objects which are galaxies. Once I type this into the search box, you'll see that now the list is only displaying different types of galaxies. There are a range of different coordinates, and these connect to the different times of year that objects are visible in the night sky, depending on where we are on Earth. If you want to know more about an object, you can press on the I button. This will display an image of the object and some facts and figures about it. If you scroll to the bottom of the page, this object isn't visible during the nighttime sky at this time of year, so I can go back and have a look for a different object. If you know what coordinates connect to what's overhead at this time of year, or the time of year you're planning your observations, you can scroll down to that part of the catalogue. I like the look of Messier 61. I'm going to click to find out some more information on it. Check that it seems to be observable at this time of year, and once you're happy, we move to step 6. Select the object you'd like to observe by clicking on its name in the table. Step 7. Next you'll be given some more options. Because we've chosen to take a 3-colour image, you can see that there are 3 different observations listed: a red, a green and a blue. For each of them, you can select how long you'd like to expose the camera for. This ranges from 30 seconds to 120 seconds. You need to decide how long an exposure you'd like to take. If the object is bright and you expose for too long, the image will be saturated and it will be difficult to do anything with. I'm going to choose 90 seconds across the board. Next you can choose the filters you'd like to use. So we suggest for the red observation, you choose a red filter, so these would be R or I band. The green observation, a green filter like G or V band. And for the blue observation, a blue filter like U or B band. Once you've made your selections, press continue. Step 8. The last set of questions you'll be asked are around the conditions you'd like when your observation is taken. Firstly, you can choose how bright you'd like the sky to be. A bright sky is when the moon is up and full or close to full. Dark sky is when there's no moon in the sky at all. For faint objects like galaxies and nebula, you may want to ask for the moon to be down, so a dark sky. This is because when the moon is up, it's hard to see the faint objects in the night sky. If you want to observe something bright, it doesn't really make a difference, so you can select either option. Then you need to choose the seeing conditions. If you're not sure what seeing is, follow the links to find out. You can choose 3 options: poor seeing conditions, average, or good. The quicker you want your observation back, the more compromise you can place here. If you only ask for the best observing conditions in the darkest skies, then it will take the telescope longer to get your observation, because it will be waiting for these perfect conditions. Here, I'm going to select good or average. Step 9. The last screen you'll see is a summary of all the things you've asked for so far. You'll see the different observations with the filters, exposure times, and sky conditions listed. You can use this opportunity to change the timing of your observation. You can see on the right hand side our observability calculator. This shows you how likely your observation is to be taken over the time frame that you've requested. Here, I can see that mine has got a good chance of being observed, so I'm not going to change the timings. But if your object isn't observable, here is another chance to change the timing. You won't have to go through everything, just the start date that you're requesting the observation be taken from. If you're happy with everything you've requested, move to step 10. Press the Submit Observations button. When you do this, you'll get a confirmation screen, and you can see that your observation has been given a unique code. You can click on this code to track the progress of your observation. You can also see how it's doing by heading to the My Observations page. The most recent object you've requested will appear at the top of the table. You'll be able to see the date that your observation was submitted, and once it's been completed, you can see the date it's been observed. The status currently is submitted. Once the observation is ready, you'll be able to see that the status changes to View Image, and by clicking on this link, you can open up your observation in our free software. There's also the option to delete observations that you might not want anymore, or to resubmit observations. So here, an observation I requested of the moon wasn't able to be taken. I can press the resubmit button to ask for this image again without having to go through all the steps we had before. Simply press Submit Observations and it's back in the telescope's queue. In the time it's taken me to do that, you can see that Messier 61 has now been sent to the telescope. It's in the queue and ready to be observed. Well done! This is the most advanced request you can make through the Go Observing system, and hopefully this video has helped you understand the different steps involved. Now, when your observation comes back, open it up in our free software and start doing some science. Good luck!